Hey guys, Willem Irizarry here. One Irume like what Roti, Iburu, Iboya, Ibochichi. Odu Iwori Boka or Iwori Ika. In this Odu is born stubbornness as well as bitterness. Stubbornness and bitterness based on what we experience in life. For those who have this Odu, in Awufaka or Ikufafun, Mano de Rula, and the Vifa. Because of this, people with this Odu tend to have a problem with their partners. Either they are mistreated by their partners as a result of their own partner's experience in life. And then it becomes a cycle for those who have the Odu to where they treat their partners with the same contempt, or they continue the cycle with other partners. And this Odu is somewhat of where the saying curiosity killed the cat comes from. A little different though in this Odu. Curiosity is or can be a detriment to the person who has this Odu as their life Odu. And there's a Apothecary, and I'll explain. In this Odu, Orula references iron. And one of the sayings of this Odu is, he who kills with iron dies with iron. If that makes sense. He who kills with iron dies from iron, is a better way to put it. This Odu is an Odu of many different types of vices. Illicit behaviors, gambling, drinking, drugs. And what's strange about this Odu, or a little different rather, is that this Odu is where there is a fetish that is born of enjoying the company or being in relationships with people who have been imprisoned or who are imprisoned. And it could kind of flip itself over to where a person enjoys being incarcerated, which is outside of the norm. Okay. And this Odu speaks about Orisha Ode and Osain, to where it is beneficial for this person who has this Odu to receive these two Orishas if possible. And there's a Pataki about Ode in this Odu, as well as many other Patakis. In this Odu, Orula says, be very wary of robbery. Because Orula says a person who steals and robs others eventually gets caught. Orula says in this Odu that it's important for the person religiously and spiritually to move very quickly to obtain or to complete any religious obligations. However, in a person's personal life, it would be a detriment for them to move quickly in everything that they do in life. Orula says to do everything in its time and with proper planning and consideration. Because Orula says in this Odu, your enemies are a step behind you, and they want to take your luck, your prosperity, and your wealth away from you. Okay? Pataki. In this Odu, Ode, Orisha Ode, the father of Ochosi, was out in the forest one day hunting. He was hungry. He was looking for game. And he saw in the distance a deer, a buck, a male. But the deer was quite a bit of ways, a little bit out of the reach of his arrow. So Ode was patient. The next day, the deer reappeared, slightly closer, within range, but Ode stepped on a branch, and the noise scared the deer away. However, the deer was very curious, and when he regained his confidence, he returned to where he heard the noise to investigate, to see what it was. He was curious, and his curiosity got the best of him. Ochosi shot the deer, pierced his heart, and killed it. Clearly, this Odu explains or has a message for us to where it is important for us to not always be curious about every little thing, every insignificant thing, trivial things that are in our lives, things that can cost us our lives, or our stability or peace. In this Odu, it is important for the person with this Odu to pay very close attention to their ancestors, to keep up with ancestral offerings, to keep up with their sarasa, their teja and baston de egun, to have frequent misas when possible, even drummings every so often. One of the secrets of this Odu is to perform a bowl with Oshun and Eshu, to give Oshun 5 adiye and 1 akoko for Eshu. This ensures continuous prosperity, abundance, and opportunity in the life of the person who has this Odu in Awofaka, Ikufafun, or even as an Awo. So I hope you enjoyed this little bit of information about Iwori Boka or Iwori Ika. Wilmer Zari here, one Irumila, Iwori Roti, Iboru, Iboya, Ibochiche.